Hello, and welcome to a quick overview of the making of theming for the Vortex. So in this area, right now what we got, this is the steampunk area. I made a bit of a mistake putting this back here because I didn't really realize I was going to do this full throttle back here the way I came up with the idea for this coaster after the fact. But give you an idea of what's going on. This is the pirate area. You still got your kind of main central entrance, ferry stuff all back there. Ferries, little pre-made Asian area, entrance, pirates. Alright, pirate coaster just chilling, hanging out, you know. We were working on that quite a bit and we stopped because we don't like it right now. We'll come back to it when we might like it again. Or we might just blow it up and start over. Never know. Never know. Meanwhile, this idea was coming together on what to do with a whirlpool vortex, because that was my original plan, which failed in here because I couldn't get the whirlpool I wanted. Now, instead, what we have is a vortex time traveling machine, steampunk themed coaster that has yet to be themed. So what I did, obviously I built this whole trench under here and we started building the coaster under there. The line and paths will come over from this area. We'll move it over this way. There'll be an entrance somewhere in here, entrance exit in this general vicinity, and we'll see where it goes when it goes, but that'll eventually get you into the inside of this area, which I'll cover this up so you're not just looking at random things. This is not meant to be like the ferry. This is not meant to be just underground terrain. Eventually I'm going to try and cover this up with some form of buildings and theming that I really haven't taken the time to do because it's time consuming, and this is probably going to take me forever because it's going to be my first attempt at this, really going balls to the wall with building covering for a lot of stuff. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to do it with this just because how big this is. Like, this loop is massive. It's hard to tell because we're underground, but it's a massive loop that it goes through. These are all massive because it's going from that tunnel, or from that main drop underground. It ends up going like 100 something miles an hour. So these all had to be massive, or I would have had to put in a whole bunch of brakes to slow it down so that it could handle it. So that's kind of what you're looking at for the coaster, just the indoor part where I dug out the trench. It sucks because of the buildings here. It was really hard to work with. I should have dug this whole trench out all the way around and just built this and then covered it up after and then built on top of it. But I didn't know I was going to do this first, so it got completed out of order and I had to work around this. But what it makes a pain in the butt is now you can't see under here, because if this were all opened up, you'd have a lot more light in there. I'd be able to see what I'm doing. And, hello, music. Now, to be able to see what I'm doing, I'm going to have to put a bunch of lights everywhere, just kind of like I did in the back here. I mean, I couldn't even see at all, and see all these miscellaneous little holes. When I was digging the landscaping, I couldn't even see where to freaking dig the ground out, because it's like pitch black. I had to add all these lights to try and see what the heck I was doing just to dig out enough to get the coaster to fit. It's a pain in the butt. Anyhow, like, filling it back in will be a lot easier, but ultimately I might not even waste time filling it in if I build stuff to kind of encase it. Like if I build floors and walls and make it like it's in a little building, so that you don't even know you're underground. It's kind of my idea in my head. I don't know if I'm going to get that far, if it's just going to take entirely too much time. We'll see. So, I'll just go up through here. So yeah, I already built the wall up here a little bit. And I'll build it up a little higher so that when you come through on the coaster, I just don't want you to see any of this. I don't want you to know there's a coaster there at all, pretty much. I just want you coming through the tunnel and looking at whatever little theming stuff I put in as you're slowly making your way around and heading up towards the lifts. Come through here, I'll Put some lights in here. There's gonna be some clocks in here. It's gonna be a lot of clock theming. It's gonna be like a time vortex, time traveling, black hole idea. Random places around the track, just like we've got here. This is already built as part of this ride, but I'm gonna have random little towers and clocks and stuff like that, just as the generic theming. This part will be above ground still, so this whole little loop here. I need to clean this up. It's just a really rough spot. I smoothed it a lot already. But it's really hard because these are individual pieces, like leading up to this. I mean, they're bigger than that, but individual piece, individual piece. This right here, this is all one freaking piece, this whole freaking turn. So it's hard to go from that to smooth with this. So like I can smooth these all out with what's before it, but to try and smooth it out with what's after it is really doesn't pick up on, because it's trying to smooth out this whole piece instead of just trying to smooth out this area. It's frustrating. But I'll play with it a little more. This area, I want to be in the open, but with the little slowdown right here as you're coming out, I'll probably put some little piece of theming right there. I might put some little theming through here. This back here, at some point as you come around this corner, this will be walled up. Oh, what the hell was that? I just jumped. Okay, that's weird. Didn't try and hit anything. My bad. I'll put some walls here. The whole lift is going to be in a tunnel that I'm going to make. Probably out of the rocks. I'm not going to try and do anything fancy with the tunnel. In my head right now, at least. Probably just going to add rocks all around here as a wall, so that you kind of come through this lift, or hill, and you jump into an enclosed rock area for this turnabout. And then all of this lift hill will be enclosed and have some like theming lights and more clocks, of course, and whatever else, gears and engines and crap I can think of steampunk wise. Same thing here. As we go to the lift, you'll be looking straight down. I want to have it kind of light up as you come over the edge, all down there. And I'll add, in my head, what I want to add is lights in the water, and then a bunch of little clocks that you go as you kind of go down. You're flying past a bunch of little clocks. That's it. Once you get into, oh shit, what the hell? So hard to see where you are when you go through this. I have no idea where I am. There we go. Yeah, once you get through here, it's just flying by so quick. I don't know that I'm gonna put too much, except maybe like a massive Big Ben clock tower thing in the back somewhere. It's probably gonna be it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time putting too many little touches. You're just flying by so quick, you're not gonna see any of it. So it's really just gonna be a matter of what I want to enclose it in. That will be the gist of the theming, and then you're just flying around doing your loops and stuff, and maybe coming up on a Big Ben, or if I can find some really big steampunk themed stuff, we'll throw that in and we'll get to it. But little stuff like little clocks and stuff, you're just not even going to see. You just fly right by them without even knowing what you flew past. So that'll be it. And then the roof ultimately will be closed in, and this will all be underground. Again, like I said, if it's enclosed properly, if I can get it done right, it's actually hopefully going to be hard to tell. This is actually all underground. Yep, that's it. That's good enough. That's your pre-theming tour of the Vortex roller coaster. Look at this beautiful park coming together. I love it, even though I don't love this right now. Still trying to brainstorm for it. Work, brain, work. Catch you guys later.